Hi, my name is Dr. Tabib Zadeh and I am going to speak to you about what to eat. Nowadays, we get too many options during the day as what to eat, and for this reason, we have to be aware what are the category of foods that we should not eat and what we should eat and include in our diet. In considering your diet, you have to include foods that you need for energy as well as cellular reproduction. And that means, according to the current hypothesis, that 70-75% of your food should be unsaturated fat, about 20-25% of it will be protein, and about 5%, only 5% carbohydrate. Also, a balanced diet include a lot of liquid that does not add to your calorie, just pure water, as well as a lot of leafy vegetables. Another issue to consider is to abandon the idea of having breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Have more frequent meals and limit these meals to small portions. The main reason for this is that you would like to maintain the glucose level and insulin levels almost in a plateau. Insulin is a growth factor, and we might need it before we are 18 when we are growing. However, in adult life, insulin is really causing aging, and for this reason, you do not want the insulin to be increased in your blood. Include as much water in your diet as possible. Perhaps up to 10 cups of water per day, particularly if you have stones made in your kidney. You have to abide by this rule. The reason is that water dilutes the toxic materials and permits their loss through the kidney. What is very significant is to include unsaturated fat as compared to the saturated fat in your diet. The reason is that in saturated fat, all the carbon atoms are saturated with hydrogen atom, whereas in unsaturated fat, some of the carbon is left without hydrogen atoms. Therefore, it is very important that you include unsaturated fat, and the best one is the olive oil. Include olive oil for your cooking at low heat, or add it to your salad or food. And getting energy from fat in this manner is through beta oxidation rather than the Krebs cycle, which is harmful to your body. My recommendation is not to eat as much fruit as it is being advertised. All fruits have sugar, and as we now realize, sugar compromises many of cellular functions. If you like to include fruits in your diet, limit it to unripened food, since these foods have much less sugar before ripening is complete. Try to include vegetables in your diet. Vegetables provide not only the fibers that are required for health, they also provide you with plenty of vitamins, minerals, and other ingredients that are required for a healthy living. Also try to include all kind of peppers in your diet. Because of caspacin, they all make you feel good. The vegetables that I have included in this slide are special, since they have the ability to increase your hydrogen sulfide. If you do not know about hydrogen sulfide, you can read some of my publications. Hydrogen sulfide is necessary for life. It's a source of a fuel, and it also extends life. So include cauliflower, broccoli, arugula, garlic, rhubarb, horseradish in your diet, since they are providing you with hydrogen sulfide that we gradually lose to make ourselves. Try to include legumes in your diet. Legumes have and are a source of proteins that are low in cysteine and methionine that are damaging to your organs. And the main reason being is that these are abundant in chicken, salmon, and red meat, and unfortunately they decrease your ability to make hydrogen sulfide, which is necessary for healthy life and for life extension. Among these, green peas, lentil, and beans are the most significant, since you can substitute your protein intake to legumes. Since I mentioned that you have to increase the number of times that you eat per day, between your meals, try to include nuts in your diet instead of energy bars or other candies and sugar containing products. Try to consume these healthy nuts, since they are a source of protein as well as fat for energy production. Vitamin D is essential for many cell functions. It also prevents cancer. For this reason, you have to include vitamin D in your diet. We make vitamin D when we're exposed to sun, but of course sun causes damage, so limit your sun exposure to no more than 5 minutes per day. And in addition, if you're especially above 40, try to include at least 1000 international units of vitamin D in your diet. Although you should avoid taking alcohol, include a cup of red wine in your diet, since the resveratrol that exists in the wine, especially red wine, may compensate for the adverse effects of alcohol. And if you do not wish, you can take supplements of resveratrol, that is the antioxidant present in the wine. The recent studies have shown that NMN, or nicotinamide mononucleotide, or NAD+, increases lifespan. For this reason, I personally recommend the inclusion of these as a supplement in your diet. Try to include 3-hydroxybutyrate as a supplement in your diet. The reason is that 3-hydroxybutyrate, which is formed by the fermentation of undigestible fibers in vegetables by the gut microbiome, enters the blood circulation and is necessary not only for the health of liver, pancreas, and the brain, it also allows you to feel healthy, as it is one of the signals that makes us feel healthy. So in summary, it is required for us not only to think about eating healthy, but have a healthy lifestyle. And that includes removing stress from your life, sleeping well, inclusion of a balanced diet, removing food that is not necessary for our life, and we eat them mostly because of the taste. In addition, taking supplements and other ingredients that increases our health and sense of well-being.